Welcome to part 4.
And we have the power. We co-create. We have the power to create. Now, yes, you can learn the power to create from Kabbalah, but to understand there are imprints that we can consciously, with what? Unconditional love and compassion for our fellow man. We can put imprints and protection shields. What's our main concern? What do we all share in concern? Healing and health. We want to be healthy. We want to heal because we've all got challenges. Nobody's running around perfect. And if they are perfect, they better be careful and look around the corner. Because that's what a tzaddik does. A tzaddik knows to be aware every nanosecond. Why? Kabbalistically speaking, because you don't know that Yetzer Hara or the negative inclination. It's so subtle. It's my favorite example is Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino. He said, don't let him see it coming. Take the subways. Look at me. Do I look like the master of the universe? And just there's the Sitra Achra, which is how you describe it from coming at you. The Sitra Achra is so subtle. We don't realize how we are controlled by this Sitra Achra. And what is the Sitra Achra? It is pure intergalactic Kabbalah. Okay? And yes, there is a species, a mind-controlling species that runs the Sitra Achra. Okay? Kabbalah. This is a perspective I want you all to really understand. That I've been giving these lectures and not really just trying to keep it general and not give any specifics. But hey, it's time. There's no time left. We've been saying this: the tip of the lip and the curl of the wave and all this stuff, and yet here we are. We are in the curl of the wave. Now you can't deny it because the news is just one thing after another. I mean, I went into Shabbat, and I decided I was having such a blast. I stayed there. I didn't come out. Didn't turn on my computer till this morning. And they told me, there's an explosion in Japan, and this and I said, no kidding. Wow, this and that and this. And believe me, this is just the hors d'oeuvres. These are just the hors d'oeuvres. You want everybody screaming, Mashiach now, Mashiach now. Now, that's not Kabbalah. Because they want Mashiach. They think it's a physical thing that all they're going to do is wish for it and it's going to come. And that's not Kabbalah. Okay? Because you have to have birth pangs. Mashiach is the birth. It's the birth. And before the birth, you have labor. And labor is not pretty. Okay? And this is what we are in the hors d'oeuvres of. We're just in the beginning levels of the birth pangs of labor to birth Mashiach. Yes, but we don't have a clue. The only thing that we can consider for balance, for harmony, for compassion, is to make a priority to share and to serve and to look out for the next person. If we are so concerned about, and it's human nature. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but we're always, worrying about ourselves. Am I okay? Am I this and that? I have this and that. I fell yesterday and this and that and whatever it is. But when we take up our time in helping other people, it's amazing that we don't have pain. I'll tell you, I had this wound that I got 2 months ago, and I didn't think I still have it now. I do qigong, and I do this, and I do that, and I take mikvahs, and all this stuff, and it's a slow process, and it's still there, and it's painful. And I'm saying, so I would think, wow, I do all this stuff, and I still have to suffer pain. What's this all about? But yet, here's the real kicker. When I go out and I start doing my thing and doing mitzvot and helping people and walking to here and doing that and delivering this and that, I don't have any pain. It's amazing. When I'm standing and walking and serving, I have no pain. The second I lay down, it comes right back. I mean, talk about, getting the message. Okay, this is strictly for me, and whatever it is, I just want you all to understand that this is not just a lecture on Kabbalah. This is a lecture on our futures. Okay, this is a lecture on our futures, and it's so important for us to change, no matter where we are in life, because you can never have enough change. We can never have enough change in our lives. Okay, this is the purpose of this series of Kabbalah lectures, to influence us to change. How, even if it's a little bit, just a little bit, to be able to look at ourselves from, pretend there's like a camera in the corner of the room, and it puts the whole room. You can see the whole room from this camera, and we're watching ourselves in this room interact with other people, and we're watching, and we watch ourselves. That's what a tzaddik does. He watches himself. He watches every moment, because he knows that Sitra Achra is so subtle. It's not going to leave him alone, because he's got too much light. And boy, they love light force energy. That's what we serve them when we do what we do. When we deal with silliness, when we deal with what? You've heard this before. This is just a simple reminder of doubt, our number one enemy. Doubt, uncertainty. That's what starts the whole thing going. And then we serve the light that we have. We serve it to these entities on a silver platter, no less. Okay? It just is. It's fact. This is not an assumption. This is not an opinion. No opinions, no assumptions. This is just simple fact. And when we have this doubt, when doubt creeps in, it happens every day. This is the purpose, to understand Kabbalah. Kabbalah. And what do we ask for? We ask for divine interaction. Please, God, help me. I know you're there. I know, I know it's tough. It's tough. We really, I need your help today. Yes, I needed it yesterday, but I really need it today. And who knows how much I'm going to need it tomorrow. All right. And when people say, don't worry about it, don't worry, be happy, that's okay for a nanosecond. Okay? Don't worry. Because worry is created by uncertainty. Worry is created by doubt. As long as you know, people always say, and here it is, I'll finish the lecture. It's really simple. And I've said it, and I'm going to say it again, because reiteration is so necessary. What is the difference between predestination and free will? Okay, and this is profundity. Predestination is simply, I can say, what it's not. It's not choosing to go to the opera and then out to Sardi's for dinner and have a bottle of wine and come home, or versus sitting home, putting on a Netflix and having pizza. That's not free will. That's predestination. That's not free will. Okay? Predestination is everything that comes at us. Whatever it is that is coming at us is in our screenplay. We have programmed it. Everybody that we engage with, we have made a contract with in the fifth dimension. Everybody. So what is free will? If all this is predestination, then what is free will? Free will is simply whether we're going to be proactive or reactive to the situations that come our way. And this is how we are. I don't want to use the word judged, because we're going to deal with enough of that in the next 3 weeks. That's why this is the time for repentance. But that's how we are graded. Oh, that's a nice word, graded, because grading is also the levels of how we're graded, how the level that we relate to, which grade do we relate to in the tree of knowledge, good and evil. And the tree of life thing it's like people talk about the ascension. We're going to talk about the ascension down the road to have the real meaning of the ascension. It's Kabbalah. This is all the Kabbalah. This is all the tree of life. But people, they have their own assumptions and opinions and put it into as if they were profundity, because they take some book that they found to back up whatever they feel like saying. So they'll find the book that agrees with them. That's not Kabbalah. Okay? Kabbalah is strictly Zohar, Aramaic, and what we really, really desire, which is what? Which is an interdimensional, intergalactic, divine intervention with us here on planet Earth, on 3D, in 3D. That's why if you're going to deal with 3D, if you're going to deal with our existence, then we should do ourselves a really big favor and start talking to Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel. These guys, they're not guys. They are huge divine messengers. And they're very, very real. Okay? Very real. You want the truth. We want the truth in our face. We all desire the truth, and it's getting harder and harder to hear about, harder and harder to find the truth. The truth. This is Kabbalah. And it's amazing that the truth is like fading. It's fading into the sunset. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I just wanted, this is the purpose of this series of classes. And believe me, I'm going to have to listen to this audio to remember what I said. So I can go give the next class and not repeat myself. Okay? So, being that we are who we are, and we've tolerated my orations for the last 60 minutes, I'm not going to answer any questions, because I don't think you have any. If you have any, write them down. If you can remember them. Because you see, one thing my teachers taught me a long time ago, we have very short memories. If we had something really great, I could test you guys. Remember I used to test you? What did I say in those Rose Codex classes 10 years ago? I say, what did I say at the last lecture? Do you remember? I don't know. I mean, I remember you said something about the Virgo or Scorpio. I think you remember something. We have very short memories. And believe me, I'm no different. The only difference is I try to listen to what I said. That's why I love audios so much. But all these things I talked about, believe me, this is not a promotion, but the book that I wrote, which is the one, it's the first of a 7-book series, and it looks like I'm going to be writing another 3 or 4 on top of that, because it's like Niagara Falls is just coming down. I'm getting these downloads that are wild and crazy. All night long, downloads. But this book I wrote, this first book, The Champions of Truth, it talks about basically my parallel universe that I live in. I'll confess to you, and believe me, it's only a tip of the iceberg. So I would say, if you really want to, be entertained with something constructively different to attain somewhat of a galactic neurosis, read that book. We're in the process of making it into an audio, so I can distribute it to some hospices and let people, at least on their way out, hear some truth, so they know what to think about when they make transition, which happens to be the whole purpose of our existence. The entire purpose. I just gave it away. Talk about a magic moment. I just gave away the purpose. Now, from everything here on is a flashback. I brought you right up to transition, right up to the quote, ascension. Okay, but you want a mass ascension? You got to have a mass cataclysm, and those things are not pretty. Okay, I'm not talking doom and gloom. I'm talking progressive exits.
This is the end of part 4. Thank you for listening.